of you think that websites are going to stay the way they are for the next 20 years? No? So, right, so the websites are going to evolve, they're going to develop. So right now what we have those kind of far one group of developers, they're only developing the regular websites, and then there's a group of developers who are crazy about VR, so they develop VR. So there is nothing really in between, right? So there's no bridge. So immersive websites are going to be a bridge that will link those worlds together and kind of bring all the more general public interested in immersive technology, and that it will be becoming more possible because the phone's getting better, right? Like iPhone's getting better. iPhone will probably and the computers are getting better, so the consumer tech is getting better, and also on the software side, also there is a lot of improvements, right? The WebGL that I'm going to show you, it's also developed by Unity, and Unity is doing a great job working on this. So what you should keep in mind, WebGL, this is like a very high-tech description of WebGL is, and I can read it to you. It's a JavaScript API for rendering high-performance interactive 3D and 2D graphic within any compatible web browser without the need to use plugins. Fundamental WebGL is a cross-platform royalty-free web standard for a low-level 3D graphic API based on OpenGL ES exposed to ECMA script via the HTML5 canvas element. And that makes it pretty useful for a range of application. So the great news is that what all of this Unity is doing in the background, so you don't have to do any of this. So they pretty much, there's one click that you can switch all your project and you're ready to go with WebGL. You don't have to worry about anything. So things to keep in mind, publish small projects. So WebGL is not a place where you can like build very heavy website with a whole bunch of assets, like what I do. I did that, and yeah, it's very, you should always be mindful of file sizes. There are a lot of assets that you can find for free, and always don't just rush downloading them. Make sure that it's like a normal size. It's not like 3 gigabytes for like a Christmas tree that I found this morning. And also keep that in mind. And also simple input control. So you can't just like have this, what do you call, the PlayStation plugin for this. It's a regular left arrow, right arrow controls. And actually you can find first person control easy. It's already built. Also you can download it and install. Optimize your project. Some projects are also not suitable for WebGL due to technical limitations. But honestly, I did this Unity for a while, and they're pretty good. They work on a lot of different platforms. Okay, so now let me start by showing you the project that I'm personally working on. So this is my kind of baby at this time, at this point. So I'm very into travel. If you don't know me, I'm like big, I love traveling. And I worked in travel for a long time. I was a tour guide in New York City. I published a book about New York City, and these guys are like, did Kickstarter, and they helped me with Kickstarter. And I did the, so I'm very into travel. So I'm trying to kind of apply that into immersive tech and also on virtual reality, how I can take all my passion and like blend it together, make it useful for people. So this project is, I'm calling it an immersive travel marketplace, but we're going to see how it goes. So the idea, you can go around and you will be able to click on the country. Right now only Brazil works, but I'm not going to show you, it sucks. So it's going to be like a place where you can go learn about Brazil, right? How to travel, where to travel, what's going on, and hopefully in the future it's going to be a multiplayer game that you can meet your friends and family and plan a vacation together. So this is kind of big picture, right? So I can start with maybe tropics, and I'm not going to show all of it, but I'm just going to show what you can do with WebGL. I'm going to show you like a background, the backstage. So here's, you can hang out, come and start building your travel bucket list, and maybe you can build friends and family, and you can go explore. You can go around the island. It's pretty big. The cruise ship, and here I have a coral reef, or you can have a cruise ship. Let's go to the coral reef maybe real quick. And again, this website is not very good candidate for WebGL because I'm literally pushing the limits of what WebGL can do. And if you open it on your website, it's probably going to take a while to load. And here you have, maybe I'll show you real quick, cruise ship. And also this cruise ship is like pretty much life size, and you can go around, and I have animations here. I have birds flying, and this actually live on Outspace VR. I was approached by a company who is doing NFT art gathering. So they are going to host an event in virtual reality. So this whole project is now accessible on Outspace VR. So if you're interested, I can send you a link. So yeah, all right, let me jump out of it and go to Unity. And I'm gonna show you, share the screen. And I'm gonna show you how this project, whole project looks. Why can I share right now? I can't share it. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is what you see. This is how it looks, right? Don't worry, it's a little complicated, but I'm gonna start with like a brand new project and you're gonna see what's going on. But this is massive, like it has a lot of assets. So on this side, we have hierarchy. This is where all of the assets that on this island, they live here. And then once you click on an element, like for example, this first person controller, this is you when you walk around. This is inspector. So everything, all of the characteristics of this object are here. So you can add physics, you can create an object that's like actual weight, like you can give it a weight. If you drop it, it will fall on the floor the way that's normal physical world weight. So they have amazing this, or if you create a feather, you drop a feather, the Unity will calculate and will do it for you. So you can create really cool animations, you can create a really cool graphic, but again, try to keep it in mind that it's pretty heavy. Here we have, I have a few, you know, not a lot, but some scripts I want to show you. One script, it took me a while to work on it, and also if you start building and if you need a script, and I'll be happy to share with you player controller. This is a custom build play controller, so I had to do a lot of research because the one that you download from the internet, it moves with your mouse. So you move your mouse, it looks around. With my thing, it doesn't move. You have to click the button over here. If you can see on mouse button down here, on mouse button down. So you click the right button, and then this happens, and you can look around by pressing the button. So this is the main kind of difference with the free one that you find on the internet. But again, if you need it, let me know, and I'm going to share the script with you for the first. I find it mostly convenient for this particular project for WebGL. So one other thing that I want to show you is maybe also another simple script is the scene switch. This one is when you walk into an object, for example, hold on. Can you see? Okay, here. For example, this one. This is my teleporter. It has a little capsule collider attached to it, and it says on trigger. So that means that once you walk into that object, it will perform the script, right? So the script runs this script when the scene is loading. Is too complicated, but it's okay. I'm just gonna go real quick overview. And the scene number 2 is loading. So how do we know where's the scene number 2? We go back to File, Build Settings, and all of my scenes that I have all this a few scenes here, they are listed. So in the script, I'm just saying, okay, load number 2, load number 3, and it performs that thing. It will load the scene that you need. Also, let me maybe open a brand new project, and you can see how it looks when you guys are going to start doing it. First thing you do is you install in Unity Hub. If you are going to go to just Google Unity Hub and it will come up, this is the thing where you will be downloading your Unity versions. There are hundreds of different Unity versions available. One thing that I don't want you to get really frustrated is that when you open a tutorial, and tutorials are usually behind on what Unity has available, right? So you can download 2021 and the tutorial in 2019 and you're frustrated, it doesn't work because it's just a little different. So make sure that you see what the teacher is telling you, what Unity version is telling you, and use the same version. And also, if you started a project in 2020 Unity, and then Unity tells you, hey, there's an available upgrade, do you want it? No, you don't want it. If you say, no, I don't want it, leave me alone, just turn it off, don't ever just say yes. There is a special way to do it. If you build it in 2020, you want to move it to 2021, you just have to package it, like just package it, export it as a package, and import it as a new. That will work. So don't just open it randomly in different versions. Okay, so now I have all the installs. I'm using 2020.3.9. Why this? Because I'm working with Altspace VR, and I'm taking all what I'm building and I'm publishing in Altspace VR. So this is what they require. Their particular requirement. You can use 2021, whatever version you want. For WebGL development, you can use the new one. So you started, hold on, if you create new project, and you can create it, let's put Meetup, you can pick 3D, so it's fine. 3D, it's a standard, there's no kind of extra packages, nothing fancy. It's a very standard version, and a lot of packages that you find online on Unity Asset Store are gonna work with that just fine. If you create a universal render pipeline, it's more geared towards mobile plays like VR, and they have very interesting shaders. It's kind of advanced, like you can create shining bright things. Will be beautiful occlusion light that's not only like a blocky shadow, it's going to be beautiful shadow. It will be like shapes. It's gorgeous, but you know, you can just use 3D. Let's try 3D. Any questions so far? Yeah.
When you're writing the script, what language is it?
C#.
C#?
Yeah. And also C#, you can do whatever you can do with C#, you can do here. So it's pretty much all you do is you create the canvas. So there's a way to create a 2D canvas. So you can do it over here. You can see the screen. Hold on, let me share it again. Oh, I'm sold out. I don't have anymore. I am going to try to do a second version, but I have to go to New York and take more pictures. And then I do second edition. Huh? I know. I will take any opportunity to go back to New York. I mean, just visit. Don't want to live there. Okay, where I was. So this is a brand new Unity project. And here you can have a 2D version. If you don't want fancy kind of 3D stuff, you can just create a 2D version, and then you just create a canvas. And on canvas, you can drag and drop all kinds of different objects. But here, yeah, this is the simple. This is what you get when you log into Unity. Again, this is the hierarchy where all of your assets are going to live. This is the packages that are in the project but not in the scene. So you can have a whole ton of folders, but they're not always in your project. So the thing, how you start, the first thing, you go to the asset store. You have to set up an account, and you can start with, like, you can create the first thing, the character controller. Let's start character. What time is it? Let me see. Okay, character controller. Let's put mini. And usually, oh, hold on. First person controller. Hold on, this one is on my way. Here, and you can put free assets. And this one I usually use. It's free. I already have it downloaded, but it's gonna ask you if you want to download it, and you will install it. Import, it will ask you, you say yes. So you,
ID.
no, I'm using Visual Studio. I can use mono behavior, but I don't normally use it. First person controller. This one probably minimal. So let's put him here, and then we just reset him so he's in the middle of the room. I mean, in the middle of the scene, especially when if you're building for alt space, this is where people spawn. I usually create, this is where they spawn, and this is what they see. They see XYZ. This one, the Z axis, this is like your face, your eyes are looking here. So whenever your website is going to start building, when you open your website, this is where everything kind of will be. And then again, it's up to you. And what do you want to, like, why do you even need to build the Immersive website? There are different people, some people like just go through lists. I am very visual. I like seeing things. For example, there is an amazing project in Allspace VR, very popular, a record shop. I think this is a great example of what websites should look like. And the record shop is like a regular record shop. It's industrial space. It's beautiful. And he divided all the records into categories, and all the records have faces, like beautiful pictures. And you just walk around, pick it up, listen, and put it back, and they will give you information about the place. So this kind of stuff that you can make, you're like, oh, I'm building a makeup business. Instead of just having like a list, a regular list, you just have a stand with the makeup, right? Or all your products. So you're making dog food, so there's like a whole dog food. People sometimes don't know what to search for, and they can walk in and you're like, let me look around and see. And I don't remember what was let me show you. And then you can create again, like go here and book free assets and start looking what should I do. There is a simple town free you can install. And you can go real crazy looking for it. But I'm going to show you yesterday, I set it up real quick. So this one I also found on the App Store, and this is pretty much what we just talked about. There is a first person control, the one that I just showed you, and all I did, I went online and I searched for assets. So this is a free asset. And also we start again. To start again, you can click on this one, and that's it, you're done. So you have already created yourself a website, and you can customize it. You can take textures. If you know Photoshop, you can go to Photoshop, and you can literally, what I do is I take the texture that somebody else did, right? And you kind of dig in, go to the folder and bring an image. Usually it's just an image. And you take this image, take it to the Photoshop, stick your name to it. Or like stick like your logo, whatever you want, like your product information. And they don't care because it's free. And especially on SketchUp Warehouse, this is where I always find my assets. And the rules, I read the rules. It says, if they take it and they modify it, it's still theirs. Like, you're done. If you load it on SketchUp, it's not yours anymore. People can do whatever they want. So I use SketchUp.
Question. So this asset you just loaded.
Yeah.
All right, that background. Can you extend that and improve? Even though it's,
Yeah. Well,
but the licensing.
not really with.
You have to turn it, submit it back.
So
Like an NFT, like license.
the thing is, so I don't know if you're asking a technical question, if you can physically do
Well,
it.
it's both. There's a technical question, like you could take that and say you don't like the color of those
Yeah.
blocks. Change that whole thing.
With
Can
Unity.
you go in and modify that asset? Or change the color of the theme?
Yeah. If you go through SketchUp, you can do whatever you want, but you have to have a special program. I use Blender. So Blender, it's a separate program from Unity. So Unity does not allow you to, it does allow you to change colors. For example, if you go to like this ship, right? I don't like that it's black. Let's see if we can figure out where his, here, this is his map. Hold on, how do I get rid of this? This is his map. It depends on what oh, he's using a shader. It's not a texture, right? So it's not a texture. It's a little complicated. You have to go like more inside. But let's see. Tint. Yeah, you can like change a tint. But if you want to go like deeper, it's a shader. But usually if it's just a material, yeah, he's using all the shaders. It's easy. You can do just the coloring on, or you can, for example, if sometimes when you get an asset in Unity, it comes like a whole asset, like a whole thing. Like you cannot look into a window. You cannot look. It's just the person who built it, just build it as a whole thing. It's hard, but sometimes they build, for example, this whole town, and you can put it apart like this, you know, and you just don't like how it looks, and you can just say, okay, whatever, I don't like it. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna put it here, or I'm gonna put it here, or like I don't like this water, and I'm gonna make it color yellow, kind of stuff like that. Yeah, but sometimes assets are not manageable. So what you do, if you found this asset on Unity Asset Store, it's a little complicated to extract it and put it in Blender. I tried it and I failed. Maybe there's a way, but normally if you go on SketchUp warehouse, you download it and you open. But there is also, you need a pro version though. If you go on SketchUp, download the free thing, and you want to import it in Blender, you need to have a pro version of SketchUp Warehouse. There's no, you can just, you have to convert it to OBJ or FBX or whatever file format you want and put it in Blender, and then you can modify in Blender.
But on your travel website that you build and you have all custom assets, do you build them in Blender? Or where do you build them?
It's like 50-50 about. A lot of them were found online, but for example, the cruise ship, I bought on TurboSquid, I think, either TurboSquid or some other website, paid $25 for it and spent maybe the next 3 months fixing it because it was very heavy. It was just too big. I did not need it. And then also when I loaded it into Allspace, it was very jittery. So there was a lot of little details with like a railing. I did not need railing, so I had to remove all the railing and then replace it with glass. So I did a lot of manual.
Light stuff out of it, so it wasn't as big.
Yeah. I emptied the whole thing. There is like nothing underneath the ship. You know, there's like I did all of what I could to kind of.
Furniture and stuff like that. Was it furniture?
It wasn't furniture. No, it was a lot of what do you call the lounge chairs, like 3,000 lounge chairs. So I literally was like sitting, and they didn't do it easy. Like you couldn't just take and remove it. I had to click on them, and then the lounge chairs like had a separate leg, so I had to click the leg too. I need to delete it all. I was like, why am I doing this? But the cruise ship is like popular in Allspace. Somebody wants to do an event there. They want to do NFT art gathering there, and you know, we'll see where it goes. Yeah. Any other questions?
I did a quick look up on the licensing. I think that it's on a per asset, but like each asset has a different like license type tied to it, I think. So
It's we're on Unity Asset Store or
yeah.
Unity.
It looks like they have like several different kinds of license.
Here you have.
Like the standard Apache, Berkeley. So
I don't know if they're using standard licenses like that or not.
So here's the thing. Like for example, when you load it, as I said, you can easily modify assets from Unity. Let's see if we can open any asset. And here you can see license type. So single entity, you can put multi-entity, right? It will bring your price quite a bit. And also when you go on TurboSquid, they will also tell you what license you have, you know, what type of license you have. But when I'm talking about SketchUp, it's the place like garbage dump. There's a good things, but there's a lot of bad things. People who just started 3D modeling, they just like loaded it there. But I take it a lot because you don't want to start with like an empty scene or empty project, like at least something visual so you can kind of guide your eye and you can rebuild it the way you want it. One thing I want to, important thing I want to mention. So we covered this one. So I wanna, do you have any questions? Yeah.
So it's been years since I worked in Unity, but I remember why is I forgot. When you want to upload it to your website, is it a simple like you save it?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you right now. One thing I want to mention, I'm gonna go back to my project. Okay, as I said, my project is huge. It's huge. Like I can no longer build without being in a big trouble. I'm already in trouble with like other people opening it. There is a thing called Unity addressable system. So addressable manager, I'm talking to Unity engineer. We had a meeting with Unity engineer. They said he's a senior. He comes and brings slides. I specifically said, I don't want slides. I want like you to sit and go through Unity and show you what addressable. What is addressables? Is a way for you to package assets into groups. You are gonna group them. Again, I'm not an expert in this. I'm still learning this thing. And then once you open go in your game, or it works with WebGL, it works with VR games, whatever, it doesn't load all the project at the same time. It only loads the first scene, only loads whatever you need. And then when you don't need it, unloads. So the amazing concept, amazing, very hard to figure it out. I've watched maybe 5 hours. Let me show you the addressable script over here. This is the addressable manager script. As far as I understand, you create a serious field for all of your groups, and then those groups are gonna show up. Oh, wait, over here. Are gonna show up on this side. So whatever you saw on that script, and then you kind of drag and drop them over here in this little containers, and then you create a build with the assets. Right, so the concept is amazing. I wish I knew how to do that. He's a senior, they told me he's from San Francisco, he's a senior Unity engineer. He brings slides. What is WebGL, whatever? I'm like, I don't want to know that, I can Google it. Like, I want to know exactly how to do. He goes, I'm not an expert. I'm like, you are. You need a senior engineer, how are you not an expert? So he goes like, he kind of whatever went through slides. So I'm trying through a different channel, through Orlando meetup. We go to connect with another engineer who he has experience with addressables. I'm talking, he's answering questions, and I say, would you like to come and give us a talk and like teach us? Well, I'm not an expert. I'm like, who is an expert? I'm like, huh?
This is the branch out for game effect.
The bread.
So what you're doing here, if you think of how they build video game nowadays, everybody specializes in different parts of
Yeah.
what's needed to build that game. You got people designing the world, you got people doing the technology that's used to design the world, you got people who specialize
Yeah.
in game engine, the artists, and so on. They break it down, everybody's special. So he was just an engineer.
No, but they told me he put it together. But he's in conversation with higher peers that it's okay or not okay. So if you want to like kind of keep an eye, if I will be able to go through with that in November, like November 18, I asked the date, November 18, 6:30. If they go fall through, then we can have a meetup, and then that will be just about addressables, because I think this is one of the most important things that we can learn and figure out, because nobody wants to sit 5 minutes waiting for the website to load, right? So this is very, very important. Okay, how much time I have? Let me real quick answer your questions and kind of show you the thing, how do you publish it? Let me go back over here and let's see if I can kind of pull it back. So when you just open your brand new project, nothing in there, first thing you have to do is go to build settings and go to over here, WebGL. So that's all you do. That's all you do. You don't need to do anything else. So WebGL, and you switch platform, will tell you switch platform, and it will be ready to be published on WebGL. So next thing, when your website is ready and you go to build and run, I have a little folder here, WebGL builds. You will select folder and just wait until it's finished building, depending on the size of your project. Any other questions so far?
What about, what do you think about, what are like minimum system requirements for, like, say, like a 2D versus 3D project? Is it more like CPU intensive, memory intensive?
Yeah.
Or is it all graphics based?
No, it's a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah, because in 2D project, you will only need like graphics, you know, like textures.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not going to look 3D at all. It's going to look like a regular website. Only need, you know, a little. You can use C# to do it. You know, you can make whatever. So this is what we got here, and you can see how this is what was annoying me. You move the mouse and it moves. This is why I have a little custom script for the first person control, where you just have to click the mouse and drag and drag around. So this is already, like, as you can see, it's already ready to be published on the web. And one of the things, let's go to the folder and see what happened here. If you go to here, WebGL builds, and usually I have all different versions, so you can start folders like version 1, version 2, and sometimes if you screw up version something, you just like go back. I think you all know how to do that. And you end up with 3 folders. This is the index one, and if you don't like how it looks, there must be a better way how to do it, but I don't know yet exactly. So that's why I just open HTML, and you can put it like a bigger resolution or like a background color change, remove, like you don't like Unity logo, just like delete it. So you can kind of customize it up to your liking. And then what happens, so you got 3 folders. Assuming that you guys already bought a domain, right? You already have a domain name ready, you already have a hosting ready, and you kind of have all of that set up. And you have to go to your hosting provider manager, what was that called? The platform, the managing platform, or whatever you call it. And actually my hosting provider was so super nice. I'm with them for 10 years and he's like amazing. I asked him, he did it. Like I didn't even have to do anything. What he did is I logged out. He added HT access. Hold on, I have to go back. It locked me out because I was too long. Can I stop sharing screen for a second because I have to, okay, stop share. Let me log in real quick again. Oh, I closed everything off. Hold on, guys. Any questions so far? Ask me.
What do you choose to do it web versus like just making an executable like the program itself?
Because you mean like, because you mean like downloading thing, like making, because people don't want to download. Yeah, it's a website because what for me it was, I would want to talk about this, my project what I'm working on, and I would say, hey, it's on Altspace VR. What is Altspace? You have to install Altspace or whatever. They don't, you know, the people don't want to do it. So I'm like, let me just try WebGL. So I started trying it. It works, so I can send my kind of idea, you know, as a prototype. Hey, see what I'm building in VR, but it's, you don't need to do anything. Okay, I'm here. Let me open my manager platform. Client area. And so control panel. So you're doing it via control panel. Let me, and if you don't know how to do it, probably just ask your hosting provider. So he did it via file. You go to files, you go to docs, and then this is this is where he kind of pointed my website to through htaccess file, right? So this is the way it works. And he pointed at the Unity folder. So I have a Unity folder in here and here, right? So we created a Unity folder. And then what I do, I go to my FileZilla. So in FileZilla connects to my control panel. This is pretty, I mean, if you've ever built a website, that's probably, you know, you're familiar with that. And then in here in Unity, I don't even have to go through my control panel anymore. So you do it once. You go to htaccess, you set up your website, to direct at that folder, the Unity folder, and it already works because there is all of the roots is already here. And this is what we built. So index template build. So you can see this is what we built. This is exactly what we did, right? Once we build and run, it created 3 folders. And you just you copy the folders and you drag and drop, you delete the old folders. You delete them, or like if you start a brand new drag and drop and you're done. So it's gonna work for you. Any questions? And
I saw a little notice when you open that index file, saying WebGL does not render on mobile.
yeah, they are not, there's actually a way to get rid of it for this message. And it will open on mobile, but they're working on it. So they're working. If you go on my website on mobile, it will say this message. I didn't get to removing it yet, but there is a way to remove it. And they told me, like when I was talking to them the other day, and they said, we're working on it. It's going to work on mobile pretty soon. So
it does render mobile.
I heard it does. I don't know personally, but I heard that it will, when you get rid of a message, it should work on mobile.
It's still dependent on the browser.
They're probably
Mobile browser.
But keep an eye on it because it develops. It's all new if you start learning now. I think I love Unity. I don't know any other program. I don't know whatever you guys build websites on.
I would imagine it's pretty resource intensive, so loading in the browser probably probably eat up a little.
Yeah, but if you keep it very simple,
Yeah.
it's gonna load like that. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very. And I have seen really good websites that build in WebGL, but
You find there's a huge difference between like loading a WebGL project in Chrome versus like Firefox.
no, they're all pretty good. Actually, Firefox, they are very advanced with WebXR. They are the one who are doing like the whole term WebXR. They kind of come from Mozilla, and they have a package that you can install. Let me see if I can find it. WebXR. Let me go back to Unity Asset Store here. Hold on. XR. Here, let me share my screen again. Here. So this is in Asset Store, WebXR Exporter. So this was built by Mozilla. And have you tried Mozilla Hubs? Have you heard of Mozilla Hubs? So it's sort of place where you can open. We actually had a tour on my meetup. We had a tour of Mozilla Hubs. We had a whole tour walkthrough, and it's an immersive platform where you can walk in and you become a character. So you can go like pick a different character. You can be a robot. You can be who you were. You were like an astronaut. She was an astronaut, whatever. And so Mozilla Hubs, they have this package. I honestly didn't try it because I heard it's not amazing, but people use it, and they give you this whole package where you can install it in Unity, and it will preload it with all kinds of physics and all kinds of stuff that you can like use on right away on the WebXR as a WebXR. So yeah, Mozilla is like advanced. Any questions? No? No questions? Any questions online? Do you keep Zorella? Do you keep an eye on the chat questions?
No questions online?
Any questions
Anyone?
online? All right. I think we're done.